That one more proper lah.
Correct. Yeah.
I want not so proper one.
Okay. Sure.
So hey guys, what's up? Today I'm with Nicholas Au. He was one of our Evo Enduro participants last year. And
yes.
he is a vlogger in the making. I still remember you were sending all the videos in the group chat one.
Yes, yes.
When you had your GT tires.
Correct. Still making, hopefully soon. Hopefully to make it soon, yes.
And you can speak very well as well. I remember.
I try lah. I tend to be talkative lah. But I try, yes.
Yeah, so today I'm with him with his baby, the one that he brought all the way to Evo Enduro with his Subi gang.
Yes, the lorry, I call it, the lorry.
The lorry, ah?
Yes.
I really love the profile though. I think it's very nice, and the white that it has.
It turned out great, right? And white was never really my choice for a Subaru. It's always the iconic blue. My first car was blue.
Yes.
But the white with the black rims really turned out quite nice.
Oh, so you bought it with white and black rims?
Correct. The car came like that. It's super stock standard. It's super stock standard. It's super stock standard. I don't believe it. So I added in the tint to match back the white and black theme to it.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, it turned out quite okay. I'm quite happy with it.
Please educate me more about this Subaru Forester. All I know is that it was a very iconic wagon. Everyone loved it, and then it became an SUV. Then everyone's like, the Forester is not the same anymore.
Yeah, sure. So this is the lorry. I call it the lorry. It's a 2005 Forester SG9 STI facelifted version. So I just found out also, apparently the SG9s, not all SG9s are on this facelifted versions. It's super stock standard.
Sure, not super stock.
It is actually. Not touched the engine at all. I'm not trying to sandbag it. The only things I've done to it is probably the exhaust.
Okay.
To bring out the Subaru Verbal.
Oh,
straight pipe.
What, you straight pipe?
Yeah, it's a 3-inch straight pipe all the way, one double.
Okay.
To bring out the sound. On stock rims. Stock height.
These are stock rims.
Stock suspension.
This is stock height, ah?
This is stock height. This is actually the stock profile for it as well, 225/45.
I just only noticed you're still using GT.
It's quite a good tire, to be honest, guys. It's quite a good tire. I've been running on it, what, a year already? Since last Evo Enduro.
How do you feel about the tire?
It's comfortable, not very noisy. Managed to do 2,000 miles to Evo Enduro and back without any problem.
Okay.
The grip level is not the best, I would say, but it's a very good overall tire.
Yes.
Daily driving, no problem. Rain, no problem. So I'm quite happy with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what have you done to the exterior? You were saying you've done your tint.
Correct. The rims actually came silver from factory.
Okay.
But the previous owner sprayed it black, so you can see a bit chipping after we do that.
Okay.
The brakes are actually stock Brembos.
Really?
So it's the same brakes with your Impreza. So this car resembles a lot of Imprezas as well. So the brakes are the same stock brakes.
Okay.
I only changed the rotors to a DBA 2-piece rotors with a tissue pattern. So the front rotors are changed for safety reasons, of course.
He knows his shit. He goes for MSF racing, correct?
Yes, correct.
He knows
with
his shit.
Cikgu Suresh. Yes, yes. He's in the saga.
So y'all know each other before you joined Evo Enduro?
Actually, no. I've noticed him, and then I saw him in Evo Enduro. And ever since Evo Enduro, we always talk during race. And there's one time he was just the next pit with me. I was like, hey, Cikgu, that kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah, small world, huh?
Bringing people together.
Correct. And that's the whole point of Evo Enduro.
So you're joining this year, right?
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I would love to. And
I love the look.
Yeah.
It's so bodoh look. It's like,
it's a slipper lah.
Yes.
It's meant to be a slipper. I mean, I tried to make it a slipper, stock height and everything.
Yes.
But the lip, I just had to. I always wanted this lip, and it's quite hard to find.
Oh, so this is not stock lip?
It was an option. It was an option lip from factory, but most of the cars did not come with it. Sorry, it's a replica. I found a guy selling it, so I said no brainer, let's do it.
Okay.
And it totally changed the front of the car.
Schenker was also mentioning that the front you can always see the Hella horns, right?
Correct. That's
so all of you have the Hella horns,
It's a Subaru thing lah. It sounds funny, it's just for the lights. There's a funny kit. Red lining was added in by the previous owner.
Okay.
And I thought it was a very nice touch, so I kept it there.
It comes with the roof rails as well?
Yes, it comes with the roof rails.
Okay.
It's meant to be a soccer daddy kind of car.
You kept it very well, very well maintained.
Yes. I was never a car detailing guy.
Okay.
Until my friend Rifa. Shout out Rifa, detailing at Rifa, follow me at Facebook. He started doing his own business from front of his house and said, dude, you know what? Bring your car and I'll try to show you what I can do with it. So this is a 2005 car. So what is it, 15-year-old car? Factory paint.
Okay.
It was a bit brownish already, it was starting to fade. It had a bit of yellow tinge to it. And he managed to bring back the glory of its white. Thanks to Rifa, now I jaga creator a little bit more lah.
And I understand your whole gang also sends it to him, right?
Yes, super honest guy, does a very great job. He maintains our car very well, both inside and outside. He will actually even take off your rims to brush your Brembos for you for free.
Are you serious?
Because he's that anal.
Wow! Shall we pop the hood to see what's under the hood?
Top standard.
Now I see whether really stock or not. But I can tell, right? I was gonna tell. Ooh, frameless door.
Yeah, frameless. And that's one thing about the Subarus I like as well. It's frameless. It does very well with wind issues. There's not much wind issues.
So the NVH is pretty good.
Correct. You don't really hear it, and it's very easy. Even if you do hear it, it's just this piece of rubber that you just need to buff it up with some silicone gel and you know, stop making that windy noise on the highway. Dan kejam, okay? Buruk, okay? Stock intercooler. I tried putting a little air separator here just to have the cold air intake.
Wow.
But it's breaking off. I should redo that again.
Okay.
But yeah, stock standard. EJ25 baby, STI yo. Ini yang makan duit eh.
So the first time I saw you doing a drive, I saw you popping the hood lah, putting in what, engine oil?
Yes.
What's that about?
Okay lah. So this car 211,000 miles km already. It makan a bit of engine oil lah, so kena jaga sikit. So I just make sure to top up my engine oil and then it will do well. It will do very well. 2,000 km.
Wow. Every
2,000 km. But and that's the thing, because it's such a big car, I always run with a liter of engine oil in my car.
Okay.
So wherever I go, if I feel that something doesn't feel well, I just pop the hood, check the dipstick, top up, and let's go.
So how many times did you need to top up during Evo Enduro?
Just once.
Oh, once only.
Just once when I reached halfway point.
Okay.
Checked. It probably needed about half a liter. Topped it up, drove back, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? I'm very curious. This is not stock, right?
This is my old stocking good. No lah. It's meant to just make sure there's no leak, to soak out any brake fluids.
Really? You can just do that?
Yeah. People sell this.
Oh wow.
$20, Project Mu. I've got an STI one, I've not put it on yet. I didn't know gonna pop the hood today, not put it on. So vain, right? Yeah, so it was here and it's quite old already, so it's going to leave it there.
I actually like this. I like how they put the STI wording on top.
So it's a very Subaru thing, it's a top mount intercooler, right? So this is stock from the factory.
Okay.
It came with this STI wordings. So these ones are slightly smaller than the Imprezas. Same thickness, but the width are smaller.
Okay.
So with the shroud, it goes right in. With the Subaru scoop, the air just goes in.
Yep.
They try to make it as efficient as possible because your rallies, your Evos are your front mounted, or most of the turbo cars are front mounted.
Okay.
But because the boxes are so low, they decided to put it on top as well, and that's where you get your iconic scoop for your Subarus.
Okay.
But yeah, stock again, stock. Okay lah, one not very stock.
Coming
the air filter lah. The air filter, I had to just put an open pot into it. But nothing gila about it.
Anything else?
Inside the engine is super stock. Never opened the engine before. Do not want to open. Stay as per, please.
Good baby.
Good boy. Oh yeah. Radiator change lah. Radiator. Subaru has a very common issue of the radiator top breaking. So just changing it to aluminium radiator just
lasts
to give
longer.
it a bit of reliability. The other thing I've changed in the engine, under the engine, is the oil sump pickup.
Okay.
To the Killer B version.
Okay.
Killer B oil sump pickup. That's also another Subaru issue. The oil sump pickup always cracks.
Okay.
So it did crack on me once. I had zero oil pressure, so I just changed it and say, you know what, the best or nothing. So I changed to the best one, Killer B. Check them out. Pretty good for any Subaru guys. And then Shankar and Calvin also changed because I like them. You should hear Shankar talking about cars now, man.
Oh, Shankar, now I tell you, these two guys very good at poisoning, Shankar and Nicholas. Now I got them on the drop the top bandwagon already, right? Yeah, man.
Kelvin, you're next.
Yeah, wait.
Kelvin, you're next.
Kelvin, we will shout out to you in all the videos,
Yeah.
Okay.
Stock turbo, nothing else. I've declared everything. Nothing
Sure,
else. Nothing else.
Sure.
No. I don't believe you. Very
Declared,
sure.
everything.
Don't even blow off, yo. It's a plumb bag, yo. Again, factory plumb bag, yo. Apa luma lagi?
Confirm, So tell me numbers. How fast can this go?
I still have speed cut, guys. I am not lying. It's super stock. It's still running on stock ECU.
Okay.
I didn't even change the ECU. It was just
didn't
reflashed.
remap nothing.
It's just remapped.
Okay.
It's remapped for. First, it's my daily driver, so I got my tuner SP to map it for a more daily drive kind of feel and power to it. So it's slightly more responsive, only doing again stock 280 horses thereabout.
Only doing 280 horse. Only.
280 horses, about 380 Newton meter of torque. So it's very drivable, very daily-ish. But I really like the torque about it compared to the EJ20. This guy's only go about 7,000 RPM, red line. The EJ20 goes about 8,000 RPM.
Does your car do the beep?
That's the sad part. So this one does not have the tididit, so I have to add in my own tididit. I actually bought a Defi meter to do the tididit for me. But that's the very sad part about this car. It does not have the tididit, which I am so hooked to as well.
Okay.
So I remember buying this car, I didn't even check that. I presume it was an SDI thing.
Yeah.
I drove the car back.
Where's my tididit?
Eager to hear the tididit. I redlined it, I was like, where's the tididit? I almost returned the car for it. No, I love the car. Stock is best.
Shall we go for a drive?
Sure, let's go.
By the way, thank you for washing your car. Okay, he went, I will show the photo lah.
Tinggal malam, okay? Tinggal malam go wash car just because of Bing, okay?
So sweet.
That's a car lover, tapping the shoes before coming to the car.
Have to, you go wash car yesterday night, wait. Whoa.
Certified car lover, that one.
I love the startup way. Love it. But these are the things that I miss about the current cars, the newer cars, all the cars that are launched. They tell you the numbers on paper, but you don't actually feel it in the car itself. You start it up and it's like, oh okay, everything is so quiet. But this one, you start it up, it's like, whoa. You can feel, and when, especially of course this is a 6-speed manual.
6-speed manual, correct. 6-speed manual.
You feel everything. So when he was telling me about the torque also, I'm like, it feels so much faster than it says on paper.
I've never touched anything after that, okay? It's still a stock standard car.
Okay. So what about the interior? Have you done anything with the interior?
Yes, so I've changed the double theme.
Okay.
Some cheap Motevo, just as long as the sound. Why do you want to listen to such good audio when the best audio is coming from the exhaust and the engine? Just some things that I can actually do a reverse parking now because quite a big body, right? So I just wanted a reverse camera.
Reverse camera.
I've got a few gauges here. I'm quite anal about the car's health in that sense.
Okay.
I've got a Defi here. So it has the RPM. My TDD is here.
Okay.
Most importantly, it's all pressure, and this actually saved me. I was just driving one day and it buzzed because it detected 0 pressure. Okay. The stock gauge will only show you a lamp, warning lamp, the genie in the bottle lamp, right? And I would never notice that.
So what happens when it goes to 0 pressure?
So it's basically not picking up oil from the oil sump.
Okay.
So basically your engine is just moving
without
engine oil. It's probably blow your engine right after a long time. So it beeped, it saved me.
Okay.
So my Defi, I always have a Defi in all my cars. Well, besides my wife's car. I've got air fuel ratio. Ever since I learned about air fuel ratio, for me it's something that I'm quite anal about. Okay. So I've got air fuel ratio by PLX. That's been serving me very well. My target is always 14.6 when I'm cruising, and I like it slightly rich when I boost, so I won't go too lean and blow the engine again. Okay. STI Genome, true to its era. STI Genome's boost meter. I think that's a 52mm if I'm mistaken. I've got a turbo timer by FXI. Okay. FXI. Okay. So just to be able to cool down the car when I stop. And besides that, nothing much. Show you guys. Not all Subaru STI seats are blue. I was told that it's Spec C, Impreza Spec C seats, so it's actually quite hard to get this guy.
Wow,
So
but
it's
he gave it the car.
that they installed in this car.
Nice.
Yeah, that the factory installed in this car. So this car is quite weird. It's quite a kachokan of cars.
But I feel like they're like, oh, this is good, I must put this in the car. Oh, this is good, I must put it. It's not like, oh, cost saving. You want to put
That's
some
another
good.
way to see it.
So yeah.
That's another way to see it. Maybe you're right. So I've not thought about that before. Thanks, Bing. Now you're killing me inside. I'm going crazy
You must
thinking about it now.
appreciate the car more.
Alright, good boy.
Got name or not?
The lorry law?
Oh, you call it the lorry?
The lorry law. So I didn't come out with lorry. I bought this car and then my guy friends at SPV Auto. Another shout out, SPV Auto, click on the link. SPV Auto is the one that the only guy who touches my car. The owner SP is engineer and he started this shop and he's the only guy that touches my car. And those are the guys that came out with the word lorry because the car is so big and tall. They say, you could bring your lorry to the game. I said, why not?
Exactly, why not?
The lorry is actually quite a weird one.
Okay.
A version 8 body.
Sorry. Oh, that's very interesting.
One of those little things.
Oh, wow, that you don't find in cars nowadays
so when I was
anymore.
in Evo Enduro, this was my permanent coffee cup holder that we buy from Amazon.
Yes, Amazon.
7-Eleven coffee is very good as well. A bit sweet lah, but I put a lot of ice. This is always here. The coffee is always here.
Then your wife,
Nah, she gets two.
Oh, okay, go. So this one is yours. Wife, I give you two. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
I was trying to say that this is actually quite weird. So the car is, I think it's a mixture of two different versions of the Imprezas. These dials, you can find in the version 9. So they're round dials. The version 8s are your knobs, your that ta-ta-ta-ta-ta
Shanker's ones are also like this, right?
circle.
Yes.
But Kelvin one,
Oh, I haven't sat in Calvin's one.
you should. That's a monster. That's really a monster. That's not stock. Whatever he says, it's not stock. Was that little tiang in the middle where you down.
Okay. Yes,
Right?
yes. Very old school.
Correct.
Okay.
Version 9 steering. Okay? But the outside, the PCDs, are the version 8 PCDs. Why? I don't get it, right? So it's
But the version 8 PCDs, is it better than the version 9 PCDs?
so the version 8 PCDs are PCD 100.
Okay.
Version 9 are 114.
Okay.
114.3, correct.
Okay.
It's not better or not. It's just that in Malaysia, it's harder to find rims for it.
For which one?
Hundreds. The hundreds are older
Oh.
PCDs.
Okay.
Your older cars drives on the hundreds. Again, I might be wrong. Jangan kejam.
If y'all know, then recommend je lah.
Yeah lah. If you see any nice rims, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, we
Let Bing know. Let Bing know. I will ask her for it. There are more 114.3 rims,
Okay.
aftermarket rims out there. I think these seats are also version 8 Spec C seats. Again, I might be wrong. Jangan kejam.
So much disclaimer.
Mesti.
Y'all lah, your
TNC
keyboard
apply.
warriors.
TNC apply.
Okay.
But if I'm wrong, please put in a comment below so I can
Educate.
also learn from
Exactly,
it. Yeah,
we
kita
learn from
jadi
each
kita,
other.
kan. Betul.
Correct.
It's a wagon. It's a wagon. and that's the
Very
only
nice
reason
lah.
how I was able to buy this car.
You mean able to convince your wife?
Able to convince me. I told my wife. So 3 years ago, actually it's right around 3 years I got this car already.
Shout out to Nicholas's wife. He loves you a lot.
Nailing, I love you. So I told her that it's a soccer dad's car. It's a wagon. I can put more baby stuff in here. You know, the stroller can go inside.
She buy
It's true. What makes you buy or not? It's true, right? We've done it before, right, Mei Ling? Yeah. Correct. So I actually bought this car during Mei Ling's maternity.
Baby coming.
Confinement, sorry. Baby came ready.
Baby came ready there.
So I had
Oh,
1
what
month.
extra?
I had 1 month paternity leave at home, right? So besides of taking care of the baby, taking care of the wife, I was secretly on muda lah.
This is why guys don't get very long paternity leaves. Okay, this
Hey,
is the
I made
reason.
full use of it. Okay, I made sure I took care of the baby, learned how to take care of the baby, and I got a better car for the baby.
Correct. So that you can
See?
take care of the baby better, right? More
Correct.
space for the baby.
More family days out in the car, you know.
And then you can tell your wife, if we have another one, then can also.
Correct. Forward planning.
Ah.
Ini panggil forward planning. Betul.
Very good,
Betul. Betul. Boring sikit. Yeah. So yeah, 3 years ago I bought it during paternity leave. And that's where if you watch the previous video, it's Shankar, and then now the story starts to jala. He racun me balik and I bought this car.
This is what you never mentioned. Apa racun balik? So before that, what happened?
Shankar mentioned already, it's okay, I don't want to say that.
Must come from the horse's mouth.
Alright, so I can't remember how many years ago. I was always a Subaru fanboy.
Why?
It's the sound. It's the iconic burble that I don't know if you can hear it now or not, but I really love the burble. The Chinese say 不管水.
Oh, okay. Wow, really?
Right? It's like your old kettle just boiling. And it's always that. That was the sound. And I remember it was during the Richard Burns rally days.
Okay.
It was that look and that sound. During then, the GC8, I always think that it looks like a Putra.
Okay.
So I drove a version 8 STI. I can't remember how many years ago. And
What
that's
made you
when
want to get the version
it's really just the sound.
8? Just the sound?
Really just the sound.
Not the look, not anything?
I wasn't a big car guy then.
Really, meh?
Really went. So I really wanted the Impreza for the sound. I did not know what so much about it. Okay, the look was great, you know. Of course, I would prefer a GC8,
Okay.
the older version. That's where I started noticing Imprezas. It was the rally days, and that's the iconic Subaru look, right? With
yes.
that sound, right?
Yes.
But during then, it was a bit too mahal lah. So I bought the 8 instead, because during then it was the more popular Imprezas besides the GC8s.
Okay, so were you married at that point of
No.
time? So
No, I was a bachelor. I was really dating Mei Ling then,
okay.
but I bought it as a little gift for myself after getting my promotion.
Okay.
So I finally it's like,
well
I did it.
Well deserved,
Dad,
yes.
I got promoted. I don't care. I'm buying my car now. That kind of thing. Thanks, Dad. So I bought that, and I started rationing Shankar.
Okay. So at that point of time, 3 of you were already close. You, Shankar, Kelvin.
Yes, closer, getting closer. Actually, Shankar is Mei Ling's friend from college. Then we became closer. We hang out more. Now I hang out with him more than Mei Ling hangs out with him. Yes,
For the love of cars.
yes, for the love of cars.
Many people together.
Correct. So I started talking cars to him, and he said, what car? What? I think during that he was driving a Waja.
How did you convert a non-car guy into a car guy? Just slowly, just like, hey bro.
I think the
hey,
breaking
bro.
point for him was bringing him on a trip. We went on a double date.
Oh.
Yes, I think the story was we went for a double date, and
He
I.
told me you all went out Genting one, right?
Correct.
Oh,
He
really,
reminded
yeah?
me as well. So it was a double date. We went up Genting, my Impreza, and
That sold
I
it.
just was just enjoying my drive lah, right? 4-wheel drive turbo, going up Genting, 4-person, tak ada hawa mah. And after that, he was like, bro, what the hell was that? So from there, I started rationing him, and so there was once he almost bought a version, a S204.
Oh.
Yeah.
The limited one, right?
The super limited 555 pieces in the world or something like that. So we found one. I started making a lot of calls, and
Such a good rationing friend to
I
have.
started making calls. We saw a few cars, and then we saw this S204, which was great. And then we saw the car. We deal already. I think the next day was supposed to go and pay some deposits or something like that, and I think he had a bit of cold feet lah. I can't blame him. He was starting his business. He made the right call, by the way, but it was a wasted opportunity. It was a very good call.
Okay.
So ever since then, I did not want to push him on cars anymore lah.
Oh, then you like, you
Yeah.
feel like the salah, then you like terasa.
Right. Then I think he was ready. I was like, dude. Years later, he was ready. I was like, dude, I am ready. I want the car. Went on a hunt again, and he found his version 9, which I thought was a very good condition. I think he paid a slight premium for it,
Okay.
but it was, I think it's worth the premium. Very young engine. I think it's like 40,000 km only.
Okay. So at that point of time, did you have your Subaru?
No, so I sold off my Impreza because I needed to buy a more
Wedding ring.
normal car. No, actually, I had my Impreza during my wedding. Correct,
How to sell
correct.
after that?
That was the biggest problem.
伤痛.
Correct.
You never go and search balik like, hey, I want to buy that car back.
Don't say lah.
Aiyo.
So I sold it to a friend, a friend's friend actually. I sold it to a friend's friend, and he was very happy. He was a young boy. He was very happy. He was, once in a while I see the car on the road. I beep. We exchange texts. One day, 6 months down the road, it was middle of the night. I received a text in the middle of the night, and I woke up next morning. I checked it, and he just said, "Bro, I burned your car." I was like, "What?"
Oh my god, total loss.
Yeah, he met in an accident and the car burst in flames.
Shit.
Correct.
But he was okay.
He's okay, thank God. So Subaru, one thing about Subaru is its body, it's really very strong.
Very sturdy.
Very sturdy. I saw the pictures, the front was gone, the back was gone. He walked out from the car unscathed. But I think the impact was bad enough, so I think that some petrol was leaking or some oil was leaking and it just burned off. So yeah, the car is gone. Of course, I actually always tell him I regretted selling it. Again, that's what you say. I had it during my wedding.
Cannot, yeah.
So I always told him as, if you ever do sell the car, let me know. I'll gladly buy it back from you, that kind of thing. So that didn't happen. So I sold off the car because I changed jobs. I was traveling a lot over the weekends.
Okay.
KL, Penang, KL. And I won't be driving the Impreza like that, clocking up so much miles, and I cannot afford the petrol then, right? So I bought a Kia. Great car. Kia, the Strato 2 liters, a great car. I still have it until now. First car I actually kept and finished paying off. So I sold it off because I had a traveling job.
Okay.
Then Mei-Ling got pregnant. That's where Shankar bought his version 9.
Okay.
And 1 month later, Mei-Ling delivered. I was in paternity leave. Yeah, flashback, rewinding now. I was on paternity leave. Nothing else better to do besides taking care of the baby and the wife.
Stress relief lah.
Stress relief, correct. When baby and my wife is sleeping, I'm on muda lor.
And then at the same time, you stress relief, then you're like, no lah, to take care. Then you're like, what car
Correct.
can
I started future planning. I made sure
betterment of their life.
Betterment of
as
their
the
life.
Head of the household.
Ya, betul. Apa ketua keluarga all, So, yes. Then Shankar bought his car. Then he racun me. Then I thought I must be a better ketua keluarga. I need to provide for my family. And I also need to have a bit of fun. So, I found this car.
Win lah.
So he racun me back. Revenge lah. But thank you, bro. Good revenge. So that's how I got this car 3 years ago. I think 2 years and 11 months ago. 2 years and 11 years ago.
Another interesting story that I think all of y'all must hear, because I heard it before, but I always want to hear it. Very interesting to listen to. How did y'all poison Kelvin?
Okay. So Kelvin and so Shankar and I. So after that, I got my car, right? Shankar and I had the same goal to poison Kelvin, but we played 2 different roles.
I tell you, they're damn good at poisoning.
It was
just need them on your bandwagon.
It was an unspoken thing, Suddenly it just happened very naturally. So, I think it was one of the nights where Shankar was doing his role of the poisoning, and I was the guy at the back there doing the background work for his poison. Correct. So Shankar was very great of them. Shankar and Kelvin came to visit during Mei-Ling's maternity, and of course brought me out for Yamcha. And Shankar just picked up Kelvin in his new version 9 and just said, "Kelvin, here, why don't you drive to Nick's house?" So I think that's when Kelvin felt the power of turbo and the rawness of a Subaru, and I think that's where he fell in love. And ever since then, I was again, while negotiating for my Forester, I started sending links lah.
Damn good, I tell
Macam
you.
part-time job muda lah that, right? Macam part-time job muda sales kan. Send links. And then Kelvin being Kelvin, no lah bro, don't want lah, not nice lah. Then it started going to not nice lah, bro, not what I was looking for lah, bro. This one maybe can. You see another station, this one maybe can. Bro, this one, I like white color, bro, I like blue color, that kind of thing, right? So we saw the level of acceptance better.
Yeah.
And Shankar behind us like, do it, bro, do it. So there was one day, I saw one car and I was like, dude, this car looks okay. And I sent a picture to him. I said, bro, this one damn nice. Then I realized what he was looking for. He was looking for a very garang look.
Oh wow, Kelvin from not wanting
Correct.
anything to wanting a very garang.
Correct. Finally, one day I saw him in the picture. That evening itself, Petron Taman Tun, I always remember that. So I took Kelvin, let's go. This evening, one time. So we went. And Kelvin was such a trusty guy, trusting guy. He actually said, Nick, why don't you drive the car for me and tell me if it's good? So I test drove the car with Kelvin in the car, with the owner in the car, and said, okay, thanks bro, we come back to you. And behind there, it's like, no, on lah. I was like, on lah, sure, on lah. I was like, okay bro. So I started dealing and negotiating the price. Like, bro, how much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to pay?
Hey, this should be your side job. I think you're damn good at doing this.
I'm actually thinking about that.
Really?
As a side job. So yeah, I'm actually thinking about that.
I really think you should.
So guys, anybody
Looking
help
for
me
a
out
car.
a bit. Again, shout out to myself. Anybody looking for a car, let me learn. I honestly
Small
learn.
fee only. Small fee.
I'm charged first lah. One beer will do the first purchase first. Back to the story. So the night before he deal,
Yes.
I called Shankar. I was like, Shankar, actually think about it, right? You sure Kelvin wants the car? I think I better give Kelvin a call. So the night itself, I called Kelvin. The day before we deal the car, I called Kelvin. I was like, bro, you sure you want the car? It's not peer pressure.
Kelvin went ballistic when Kelvin was telling me the story. He was like, what the fuck? You're calling me now and asking me whether peer pressure or not?
After all the rationing, I actually felt a bit bad lah. I just want to make sure he was really wanting that car lah, and he literally screwed me over the phone. He's like, bro, fuck you lah, wey. So I'm glad I made that call. If not, I'd be very guilty, but I can tell he really enjoys the car. Coincidentally, 3 of our cars are white.
Yeah.
Very coincident
Very
one. We did not plan for it, and that's the magical part about this car as well. So this Forester SG9 STI facelifted ones, I was told there's only about, the last count I was told by somebody, a Forester friend, there's about 13 or 14 of these models in Malaysia.
So only 13, 14 units available in Malaysia.
In Malaysia.
Very
So I saw one before this was blue, and I saw this white one, and I had nothing else to see
Okay.
because I couldn't find anything else. So happened this car, I preferred this car for its condition, and it's white. And Kelvin's car is also white, and Shankar's car is also white. So
What are the odds? Subaru is like all blue color
Correct,
cars.
it's a blue
Subaru,
thing,
then
right?
suddenly all
Yeah.
3 all come together, all white color.
that's the story of the Rachun. Thinking about it again brings a smile to my face.
Right, remember to sing back,
it's
thinking about
fun,
how it all
correct.
came together.
Correct. And thanks to Bing, this one, all about the drop the top.
Hey.
Evo Enduro 19, she made me drop. She made me go crazy about drop the tops.
And the thing is, we never even really sat down and have a conversation.
I've not even sat down in your car, before.
True.
But because of that, and yeah, we didn't really sit down and have a chat. And Racun itu benar lah. And it's all about the drop the top then. I see cars, all the Z4s and all the other cars that are dropping the top. The Gore-Tex Miata MX-5 drop the top. Quite nice Eugene's S2000.
Oh yeah,
Quite
man.
nice, very nice very nice.
And Eugene solo drive all the way.
Correct. Cikgu Suresh punya mock, that one no top. That one no top, that one better still. No need to drop. Memang no top already. Yeah, and ever since then I've been searching for drop the tops, and I finally got myself one.
So what's the story behind this?
So this is Sophie.
Sophie.
This is Isabel's chew toy when she was a baby, growing teeth. It's a chew toy, and I always wanted, as a teenager then, I always thought it was cool to hang a baby's Adidas or baby sneakers. But I was cheap enough not to buy Isabel Adidas because, hello, why you want to spend 300 bucks for a shoe that she will outgrow in 2 months?
Yes.
So I never had that. So I thought, hey, why don't I hang something that signifies her, which is a chew
So
toy. She's biting it every day. So Sophie is always here. It's always here, and Isabel sits in the car and she's like, "Yeah, Sophie," the kind of thing.
Oh,
So yeah, that's Sophie. And it's always
so
been here.
many memories.
Again, it's a Sophie Dad's car, so must be Sophie Dad looking lah.
So sweet, so sweet.
Yeah, the stock height now. Although if it's lower, I think it has a sportier look.
But if it's your daily, I don't think you want it to be lower, right?
Yes and no. I really like the look of the lower, but yeah, you're right. For practicality, it's better higher. But what I really like about it being on a stock suspension is it's really comfortable. But because it's also meant for spirited driving, the body roll is not too bad.
Okay.
It's quite progressive in that sense. I can go up Genting not feeling like I would terbalik
Yeah.
in a spirited drive. And it's very comfortable. It's really very comfortable. It was previously running on a 235 50 18s.
Okay.
That was even more comfortable,
Yes.
but that had a lot of body roll.
Okay.
So I dropped it back down to 225 45s 18. And then it feels so much better. So the stock setting for this car, which is on now, perfect. I really like it now. So I'm not going to change it ever. I won't say ever, but not in the foreseeable future, because I already have another car that I can fuck around with.
Coming up.
Coming up, stay tuned.
Kasih sound.
Kasih sound lah. Kita masuk spin lah, kasih you sound. Sini banyak kereta sikit.
Okay, boleh.
So I really believe in don't go crazy on public roads. Safety of yourself, safety of others around you.
Yes.
But once in a while, when there's no cars on the road, I probably have a bit of fun of just pulling one or two boosts.
Yes.
But never with many cars around me.
Yes.
But I always say, if you really want to go and test out your car and learn your own car, just go for a track day in Sepang. It's a safer place to be. Even if you do a mistake, you fuck it up, there's the sand trap there, the gravel trap there to save you, right?
Are you an emotional driver? Like if you have a bad day, then you're like,
I guess I'm human. I try not to. I really, in my conscious mind, I try not to. I might have.
Okay.
But yeah, I might have. But I always tell myself, don't.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it. For safety of yourself and other people as well. Well, when I was, not I'm very old, but when I was younger, I do it. Then I told myself it's not fucking worth it. It's really not worth it at all.
Talking to Shanker, both also same one. Yeah, when we were younger, right?
That's why I call you little girl, right?
Yeah, lor, they call me little girl. Then Shanker's like, I don't hang out with kids one, okay? Okay, maintenance of your Forester.
Easy peasy.
Yes,
I don't believe you. I always believe in the Subaru stock engines. You don't kacau it, it won't kacau you. As long as you juggle the flair, done. So I run on a fully synthetic Castrol fully synthetic 1060.
1060.
Old car, 211,000 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
I just need something thicker. Commercial brake, low car.
Oh, okay. Holy!
Hear my beat now?
Yeah.
Just have to do that. Yeah, so Castrol 1060, every 5,000 kilometers, do a change, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Just follow your regular maintenance schedule. And that's and the car is good to go. It's quite easy to maintain.
After you and Duro come back, all of your Subarus all end up in workshop.
Hey, please lah, it's a 15-year-old car, okay? So what happened was alternator belt snapped, wear and tear. Can't blame it.
Okay.
Alternator belt snapped. Thankfully, it was just 2 minutes away from my house. I smelled some burning smell, and it snapped. And just wear and tear, changed it, good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Shankers and Kelvin's.
I can't remember. You asked them.
Okay.
Actually, what happened to the car?
I don't know. I just remember that one of you told me actually all your Subarus are all in the workshop after you went to room. remember when I was saying bye to all of you, because I came out, you all left a day earlier, ma.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, bye. Then I was like, hey, actually, how's the maintenance? Then you're all, okay. Then come back to all our Subarus all in the workshop.
Actually, this car, I really cannot remember. I know my alternator belt snapped when there. I don't blame it at all.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened to Shankar and Kelvin's car.
Okay.
I thought it was all okay. But yeah, another problem with, or another known problem with Subarus, or at least the EJ20 and EJ25 of this era. I told you about the all pickup sum just now.
Yes.
It's brittle, it will crack.
Yep.
But the other one would be the O2 sensor.
Okay.
The O2 sensor is prone to just screw itself over, right?
Yeah.
So SB and I, we worked on it. It happened to my car before the drive to Enduro as well.
I think you were telling me about it also.
Correct.
Yes. Because you were asking me, hey, if I drive another car, okay or not? I think you were like, hey, but auto sensor. Yes.
So we found an antidote to it. You just need to change to a trade secret. So I really believe that it's quite okay when the stock engines, you don't go crazy with it. You sayang there, they sayang you back. It's fine. It's a very good car.
Any last words before we end?
I always say, you know what, guys, if you really like it, work hard, go for it, you will get it. You know, don't kill yourself to get the car.
Yes.
If you can't afford it now, work harder, you'll get it later, and just really enjoy your drive. And no road rage. No road rage. But yeah, enjoy your drives. Enjoy your drives. Doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be a fast car. It does not need to be a Conti car. It does not need to be a Malaysian car or any other brands. As long as you like it,
yes,
you enjoy
and
it.
If you like the Yaris, go get the Yaris. If you like the Camry, go get the Camry. We don't discriminate.
If you like the Myvi, go for the Myvi.
Go for the Myvi.
Yeah, I started off driving a Myvi 1.3 manual. That was my first car.
Oh, my first car is actually a Hyundai Getz. Pass down.
No, okay, then my first car in that sense was a Sastra 1.3 carburetor.
Whoa.
Mother passed down to me one.
Oh, your mother got good taste,
Of course. Yeah, so my first car was a Myvi 1.3 manual, and that brought me to Sepang.
Wow.
On a track day. So I had a coach beside me. He taught me where to do the turns and where to brake and stuff like that, where to accelerate, and that brought me into driving in Sepang and now racing with racing with MSF.
Yeah.
MCS my dream, soon to be hopefully, but MSF. And yeah, so Sepang, doesn't matter. You do not need the fastest car in the world. You do not need a GTR or
it's just more about getting to know your car, pushing the limits of your own car,
and learning how to drive.
Yes.
And that's the best part. Yeah, so go for it. Don't kill yourself. Go for it.
There's actually so many things involved in driving that people are unaware about. Even the weight distribution when you brake, and how the weight shifts from the back to the front, what you should do with your steering.
Left to right as well. So turn 5, turn 6 is all about weight distribution as well. You get that right, you will get the turning right, you will go out faster. So yeah, it's really. Then you will know, wow, this car actually feels this way, and that car feels another way. You can throw it more, and this car can accelerate faster. Difference with 4-wheel drive, 5-wheel drive, and rear-wheel drive. To that point, I think my next car will be a rear-wheel drive.
Oh,
I've not driven a rear-wheel drive before. Never have.
It's time.
Never did.
And later you drive my Miata.
Oh, that'd be nice. Rear wheel. Proper drop the top.
The car that Rachu.
Yes. The car and the girl that Rachu.
Unintentional also, eh?
I keep on telling Mei-Ling, this drop the top nonsense, this DTT, ayo.
But yeah, that's all for today.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for having me on your video. Thank you, my pleasure.
So nice to listen. I always appreciate doing videos like this. I get to hear so much about you and your experience with the car and the friendships and relationships that you have gathered while owning the car, before owning the car.
it's really all about the fun. It's not how fast my car goes. It's the people, the fun of learning.
Yes.
And again guys, kalau tersilap cakap, jangan kejam ya.
My TNC guy way.
TNC. Go for a bank lah, a lot of TNCs one.
Okay, that's all guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, bye bye.